Hey, good morning. So today I'm thinking of doing an oil change on my 2017 Honda Odyssey EXL. I'm kind of thinking they all have the same engine and then the same oil change method. So I used to go to the dealer and then do the oil change, but sometimes it's not really convenient for me to go there and then spend uh, maybe like 2 hours waiting. So I thought like maybe I'll just start doing it myself. So the first thing I do is open the hood of the car and then try to confirm like what type of oil it used. So I think you can see it's 0W20, and you also get that in the owner's manual. And then speaking of the owner's manual, before we actually start any work, we can look at the owner's manual. On the specifications page, it says engine oil, if you change including the filter, it's going to be 4.5 US quart. So I'm going to use the Mobile One engine oil from Costco discount for 6 quarts, so I can use like 4.5 quarts and then preserve. Keep the rest for future use, maybe the next engine oil on my another Honda car. Okay, so to start with the work, the first thing I do is jack up the car. And sometimes jacking up the car is also kind of like difficult trying to find the jack points. In my case, I find it just below the driver's side. There is this slight opening, and then a metal beam coming down. So I use that to jack it up, and then I use my jack stands here. So I'm using both of them kind of like a safety criteria to have two things at once. And kind of went under the car and put some hard pepper to absorb any oil spilling out from the engine. And then this is where the oil pan is, just below the engine. And it got a number 17 bolt, which I unscrew and let the oil drain the oil out of it. I use aluminum foil so that any oil spilling out of it will be I don't have to clean things up on the chassis. Yeah, so that's all. And then after this, I'm going to check the oil filter out. So the second part is going underneath and then trying to find the oil filter. The oil filter on the Odyssey is kind of located just above the chassis, and that's one reason it's kind of hard to reach also. So if you can try just unscrewing with your hand because they're not really too tight, or if it doesn't work, you can use one of these oil filter sockets to remove it. And so in my case, I ended up just unscrewing it with my hand, and then I put an aluminum foil just to avoid it spilling over the chassis, so that I don't have to do a lot of cleanup later. I think it's almost done dripping. Now I can remove the filter canister itself. Let me see if I can reach it holding the foil. Okay, so I'm almost there. Yeah. So in my old Mitsubishi, when I used to do this, everything seems to be so easy because I've been doing it all along, and then the engine is kind of reachable also compared to the minivan. And then the Mitsubishi truck was higher, so much more handy. Oh, a lot of oil spilling out, and inside the oil can filter itself also there's some oil. So can just keep it inverted for some time. You see that? That's why I really don't like it on the floor. That's one reason that I put all the hard sets out here. Okay, so I'll just let it drip for some time until it completes. And then after that, maybe I can just do the rest of the stuff. Well, I ended up, maybe next time I'll know, I ended up spilling the oil on the chassis. But I'll know next time. I mean, like I said, not remove that aluminum foil until the last moment, but that's fine. You learn as you go. So I got the Boss 3323 from Amazon at kind of like a good price. I think it cost me around $8, $7 or $8. I kind of forgot about it now. Yeah, so I bought a set of them, like maybe 3 or 4 for my old car, and then turned out to that it also fits a Honda. So I'm going to use this one. So I took it out, and then here's what I have for the filter, the Boss Premium Oil filter. And then is that 332, come on, yeah, 3323. And before you put what I do is, like, when I put take a little bit of oil and then just rub it along the ends, so that will kind of lubricate when you screw it back inside. That's a thin layer lining is enough. I think this will be good enough now. Now I can try to put it back. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it back, and once it's inside, maybe I can sew another foot of the final thing. So I'm almost done. I put the oil filter clean up a little bit, and then now I'm gonna go up on the hood, and here we are. Right here. Oh, I had a hook sometime, but I can't find it anyway. So I opened the oil cover, and then I put a funnel. And the only thing that remains for me now is to just pour the oil, like 4.5 quarts. So this is what I got. So this is a quart AS0W20 Mobile 1. Full synthetic, and just pour it. Done. Yeah, so once you pour 5 of them, the only thing that remains now is to reset the engine, so that the indicators will reset to 0, and then we'll be all ready to go. So now I'm going to check the oil level. Kind of not required, because we already know it's like 4.5 quarts, but I'm just kind of showing it to you like how to do it. So check it and dry it in a piece of cloth. Now dip it again, and then it should be in between the levels marked. That's a minimum and maximum. All the way back in. Check it out. Let's put it on the piece of cloth. Yeah, it's perfect. So as you can see, it's kind of exactly in between the two lines. And now we're going to reset the indicator, so that next time when it comes for the next oil change, I'm going to let you know. Okay, so for the oil reset, you have this small button down on the right side of the dashboard. You press that and look at the LCD screen, the odometer screen. You press it until you get the oil percent. Yeah, so now we have the oil percent at 70. I forgot to take the video last time, that's why it's 70.
but I'm just going to show you the steps. So I press the button down for maybe like 10 seconds. Just keep on waiting until it starts blinking. Yeah, so we have that blinking here. Now you press it down again for a little bit until the blinking stops. Okay, so now you press it down again for a little bit, and then it will go to oil reset live 100%. So with that, I think all good for you. The indicators will be ready for you to be able to understand like the oil change next time.